Okay, but why are you telling me welcome to the new? Um, okay, enter green room. Okay. Ew, no, that's... Ooh, but girl, they got me hella... They got me up on here hella... Hold on a second. Let me minimize this and see if I can finagle these effects, girl, because you got me super dark up in here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, save. I'm recording here. Minimize. Do you want to turn on? Yes, I do. Thank you so much, my love. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. Are we up and running, girls? Are we up and running? Press 1 if you can see me. Yes, okay, so we have Donald in the house. Justin, Not a Hero, Sheila, Lewis. The girls are in the house. Seems like we do have a delay. Maybe try refreshing her and seeing if she serves the plate that we need to be served. Because right now she's giving me fast food, but what I need is gourmet. And I'm not sure that the connection we're serving... There's no delay? Okay. Okay. So before we hop into the show, y'all already know the drill. How is everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? Does anybody have any updates that they'd like to share on the floor, honey, for the House of Parliament, girl? For the girls in Congress? Any bills that you'd like to pay or push forward, girl? I actually have a question for you guys with regards to this site. I noticed a few comments down below when I posted in Q. I saw that a few people, or maybe it was the same person, I don't really remember, but I just know that it came up in conversation that I didn't have to post the new episodes of NQ because with this particular website, it records the shows. And then, but the thing is, though, I saw somebody else comment and say, well, it does record the show, but only the latest show. In other words, it's going to post this show, but once this show posts, then last week's show is no longer available. Is that true? Does anybody know? Hey, baby, how you doing, Zachary? How you doing, Daniel? Y'all doing okay? Uh-oh, my boy's in the house. What's going on, Ahmed? You doing okay, baby? It's like, in my mind, I'd be debating, like, which is it that he told me to call him? I really hate or hope that I'm not saying the one that you don't want me to say. Because I know that with our names, like, for instance, people call me Qadir, but I know that in Arabic, it's really Qadir. You know what I mean? Like, when people who speak Arabic say my name, they don't say it the way my mother says it. Or even people who know me. Although my partner does call me Qadir. So, it's like, at this point, I've gotten used to it, but I just know that certain people have certain preferences when it comes to their name, and I just pray that I'm not butchering yours or giving you the one that you don't want. You know what I'm saying? So, to my question, though, is anybody aware of how this site records the shows? I saw somebody in the comments. I'm recording the show on my own still until I get clarification, because I would hate to not record the show and then it only records the latest show, and then people are like, well, what happened to last week's show? Girl, well, she's gone. I like Ahmad more. Okay. Okay, well, let's do... Okay, so you're saying you like Ahmad. Press 1 if you're saying you like Ahmad. Because now I'll remember. I just want to make sure. 1 for Ahmad. Because I feel like with the M in there, or with the ED, that's the Ahmed. The H and the E in the... Okay. Okay, so you like Ahmad. So we're going to call you Ahmad then. Because I just wanted to make sure, because in my heart I was like, I always say Ahmed, but I feel like... I don't know if he wants that one. Okay, cool. So, if anybody has the answer to my question at any point in time, you can leave it in the comments. But we're going to move forward, and we're going to move on down to some things that I've seen in les blogs. Now, which one do I want to clock first? Let me actually go on down to We're gonna head on down to this hot turd. She's always a turd. She don't ever serve me what I want. It says, half black, well, what? Girl. So, okay, here we are on Media Takeout. And it says, we have pics of rapper Cardi B's parents. Remember when she said she was half black? Well, she may be lying. Girl, I don't see why everyone is so pressed about people's race. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's not important. But at the same time, it's like this fascination with, is she really black? Girl, is she really Latina? Girl, is she really, you know what I'm saying? Like, is she really Boricua? Girl! To me, I feel as though, okay, I want to say this in a way where it makes sense. I feel like race, although in the past I felt like it was what it was. That's how I felt. Because I'm like, okay, girl, well, bitch, if you're white, girl, you're white. If you're black, girl. It gives what it's gonna give. But then at the same time, you know, once I got an older bitch and a bitch got a little bit more knowledge and a little bit more empathy, girl, I realized that some things are not white and black. No pun intended, girl. Some things have somewhat of a gray area. And upon arrival, girl, you can't just clock her and be like, girl, no. So for me, it's like, okay, well, if she's lying and she's all Latina and she's no black, there's no black in there, so fucking what? Like, maybe she wants to be mixed. I don't fucking know. But I don't see why. For me, it's like, I'm not even gonna waste my time to figure out this bitch logic and her psyche as to why she want to be half Latina, half black. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I don't understand it, but it's not my life. You know what I'm saying? It's not my life. It's yours forever. Like, it's not my life. So, girl, I have to just pay it. But the girls do be fascinated. And let me see what the comments are giving. Although I'm not really the biggest Cardi B fan, because first of all, I never watched her show ever. Like, I couldn't even tell you a single episode because I only recently got back into, Basketball Wives. And then before that, I had even stopped watching The Housewives for a little while. But, you know, the whole thing in a nutshell is, although I feel like it really doesn't matter what her race is, truly, like, if that's what she wants to give, girl, that's what she wants to give. I will say, no, I wouldn't even say that. I just think it's unfair. See, here's my issue. Here's the issue that people have with me. The issue people have with me is they can't take the fact that I clock all the girls. They can't take that I clock all the girls. They like it when I clock the girls they don't like. But then if I come for a girl that is in their community or a girl that maybe they can relate to, then it becomes problematic and the girls can't take me. Because in my mind, I feel like, well, girl, I'm just being fair. Like, I feel like I'm just being fair, and I don't know that I said anything that was out of bounds. That doesn't mean that I didn't, because, girl, I'm still human, so, girl, I can have missteps, too. But what I'm saying is, in general, when I'm saying the shit that I'm saying, in my mind, I feel like I'm being fair. Like, okay, well, I done clocked her black ass. I done clocked her trans ass. I done clocked her female ass, his man ass, his white ass, his Arabic ass, his Christian ass, his atheist ass. Like, I feel like I come for all the girls. So to me, as long as everybody is getting addressed, I don't really see what the problem is, personally. But then again, that doesn't mean that other people can't feel some kind of way. I mean, it's a very tricky area that we're getting into. But let me see. You said, would you ever do the ancestry? I sure would. Why not? I don't understand exactly how it works. And it's so funny because I was talking to my partner the other day. And I said to him, we were watching a commercial and I said to him something like, you know these niggas be lying upon this DNA commercial because, bitch, if they can take your spit or your blood and then be like, oh, girl, so there's Scotland in the house. Girl, we have, Botswana. What a jump. Wow. We also have Hiroshima. And then we have Puerto Rico and Argentina. Now, if this bitch can go from 4 different continents, 4 different, regions of the planet, and tell you where you came from hundreds of years ago, we still don't know who killed John Benet Ramsey, bitch. You're lying. By this, if you could do all of that, we should have some kind of information on who killed this bitch. Hey, Stefan, how you doing, my love? You be lying. You hoes be lying. Because to me, if you are that good at searching people's DNA, bitch, you ain't gonna tell me that we don't know if OJ killed Nicole. By now, we should know if OJ actually did kill her or not. You know what I'm saying? Or if he just had a good legal team. Because to me, for it to still be a mystery, girl, it's kind of like, girl, it's paid. Girl, it's completely totally paid. It's completely totally paid. But anyway, you said you sent me a question. What's this? How do I get back to the questions? They used to let me scroll down. But now my screen is like super big right now. I don't even know how to shrink it down to where I could even go and look at the question. Yeah, I think it's a low-key scam, Ahmad. No tea. I really do. I really do. I'm so done with Stefan. He said, bitch. Father Stefan said, girl, the black girls love to get DNA tests just so they can see that they got a little bit of white in them. Here's the thing about it, though. No tea. I feel like because no shade, I have some white in me, girl. But it's so far up, like, it's my mother's grandmother. Excuse me, was it grandfather? My mother's grandfather, because my grandmother is interracial. But you know what I'm saying? We all got some kind of mix in the process. But the point is, I'm not pressed to be white, girl, so I don't really give a fuck. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, girl, I just wish that I wish the one thing I would have got from my grandfather, who was never in my life, my great-grandfather who was never in my life. I don't give a fuck about this nigga. Because he didn't give a fuck about us. Girl, these hoes don't be loyal. Girl, he dropped his seed and paid it. Girl, do you think she got child support? Girl, do you think she got any type of, like, family reunions up in there, girl? And by now, we don't even have segregation no more. So it's like, okay, maybe in the past I understood why the Wilkins or whatever, girl, whatever you're serving, girl, I understood why the Wilkins maybe were not pressed in the beginning because, girl, it was not acceptable. But it is 2017 and these hoes don't be coming through. So it's like, girls pay, girl, I don't give a fuck. I ain't pressed on being white. I ain't pressed on being nothing but what I am. You know what I'm saying? And whatever I'm trying to be is going to be of me. It's not going to be of what society thinks is beautiful or is this or is that. Bitch, I'm me. And that's what I'm striving to be, is the best version of myself. And I think I talked about this at one point on one of the table reads where I said, girl, look at your life as a video game. Just keep leveling up. To me, every time I get to a new point in my life where I feel like it's a milestone, I'm very proud because it's like I'm becoming the best version of myself. That's very exciting for me. What doesn't excite me is trying to be a knockoff version of somebody else. That's not exciting to me. That's like everybody else is playing, you know, Grand Theft Auto, but you pressed on like what? What are you pressed on doing? Like, at the end of the day, play what makes sense to you. If you want to do Grand Theft Auto, then girl, then let have. But don't feel like you have to, well, I really want to play Little Big Planet, but this is what everybody else is doing, because now you're just playing the game. Literally and figuratively. You know what I'm saying? It's a thunderstorm so bad. Ooh, Bismillah. Do you live in an area where it gets really bad, or is it just kind of like carrying right now? Because, I mean, if it's like really carrying, like for real carrying, maybe hit a closet or something. I feel like I've heard that in a bad... Oh, you in DC, so you should be okay. Maybe the power might get knocked out, which is not good. But girl, I didn't want to say nothing, but I'm thinking you was in Oklahoma or some shit, girl, no shade. Like, I thought she was right there in the middle of it. I was like, girl, is my sis okay, girl? Is she like in them flat areas that love to carry? You know what I'm saying? So, okay. Hey, Henny. I'm gonna make that into a song, girl. You might have just gave me something, girl. I have something in my head. Let's see if it sticks. You said, Q, did you get my email? I wanted you to critique. I did not get your email. So you may have to resend. Or because maybe you did. Maybe I did get it, and I just, by now, it's probably buried underneath business and spam and all kinds of other bullshit. So the TSA picked me 3 times. Are you kidding me? You said they picked you 3 times for a search, and they said I was, girl, see how they be lying? They did not girl, they need to just be realistic. Y'all did not just randomly pick him up. You didn't. But since you want to play these games, girl, see, that's what's so crazy. It's like, you don't really have a choice but to play the game with them because, okay, when you say I want to get off this ride, girl, all they do is beat you up and throw you in jail, girl. Cassandra Bland was like, I'm not getting off, I'm not getting on this roller coaster. He said, no, girl, you are getting on this roller coaster, girl, and you're going to get the fuck about this car. And he proceeded to pull her about that car, beat her up, and then she turned up dead. So it's almost like, it's a game what they're playing with us, but it's just fucked up. It's really fucked up because it's not random when you get, maybe one time, and it's, even the one time is a little suspect just because it's like, okay, so you know I have a certain look to me. All these other girls then got pulled out of the lineup. Or all these other girls then walked out and didn't get pulled for this lineup. Why is it just me? Because normally a lineup has more than one girl. And I'm the only girl each time. Girl, that wasn't random, girl. You came for me. You came for me, girl. You came for me, girl. And what it was is he wants his potatoes with no seasoning. So, you know, it's kind of, hey, Carl, baby, how you doing? What's up? But yeah, honey, he couldn't take the seasonings which you were providing the children, girl. And so that's why they got you 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the girls can't take me in the spices what I serve. But that don't mean that I'm going to water it down for you, girl. Because, girl, the children like it hot. The girl want the fire, honey. The girls want the heat. You know what I mean? They don't want it to be lukewarm. I mean, I feel like if I'm taking it, first of all, the shower needs to be at a certain temperature for me to feel like I'm even getting clean. Because if, in fact, you're just swishing the soap onto your body and the water is kind of chilled out or lukewarm, girl, you're just freezing the particles to your skin, girl. That's how my mind be working. Like, no, girl, you need something a little bit warm to break down the dirt and the grime, okay? Lukewarm, girl. No, she need to be I'm not saying she need to be scolding hot, girl. Let me be very clear before I get a lawsuit. I'm not saying for her to be scalding. But what I am saying is she need to be just a wee bit just a wee bit hotter is all I'm saying. You said, Q, would you date someone that's, oh, of course, why not? Absolutely. I mean, you know, I don't have many, there are some restrictions, but the restrictions what I have are less about age and race, that type of thing, religion. I think more or less for me, it's more of character, communication, open-mindedness, understanding. We've already talked about this. What else? Adventure, spontaneity, like different things that I feel I would need to kind of move and flow throughout. That's all I would be looking for. But outside of that, age ain't really. I mean, now dating younger would be more of a conflict for me than dating older. And it all depends on when you say older. When you say older, girl, we talking Chris Pratt older, or are we talking Hugh Hefner, respirator, living in assistance, like 15 years? I might could fudge 15. I think I can fudge 15. The name of the poem is My Scalp's Burning. That is so funny. You better come through. You said I was expecting it though. I literally knew it would happen. And you want to know what that's the part that's so sad about it though, is that it's so sad that you just know to expect it. It's almost like a defense mechanism to where it's like, I'd like to live in a world where I'm not being picked on just because of how I look. But I recognize that we live in a dumbass world with dumbass people, so they have to do dumbass things to appease their dumbass conscience and their dumbass goddamn environment. It's like I realized that going into it. So, you know, I walk up in here, and although I would like for it not to happen, I would almost be shocked if it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Which is a shame. It's a shame that you have to feel like if you're not picked on, you're like, wow, I didn't get picked on. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. You better come through. I'm so done with Carl. I literally just caught that because I was scrolling back up. I am so done with you. That's actually cute. That's cute. I like that one. I like that one. You said, no, I emailed you the poem, but it's not called that. Oh. Okay. Well, I must have misread that, girl. Plus, I hit this blunt a little bit earlier, girl, because I wanted to make sure that the barbecue is lit. And as you can see, girl, the barbecue is indeed lit. You know what I didn't do? I said I wanted to go to the comments. Girl, did we freeze or what? Girl, don't carry with me, Miss Thing, please. Okay. Thank you. Just take me home, girl. Because for whatever reason, girl, things are moving a wee bit suspicious today. Okay, so let's see what's the next story. It says, look at the birthday cake that Travis Scott bought. Girl, what kills me is, are there people who really are interested in that type of story? Like, when they see that, are they like, oh my God, I have to see Kylie Jenner's birthday cake? Like, girl, who be pressed? Who is pressed on a Miley, I almost called her Miley Cyrus. And her name isn't even Miley, it's Kylie. See what I'm saying? This is what I mean. It's like, at this point, girl, it's just a blender, girl. You're all blending in. You're just blending in. Isn't it crazy? I feel like as time goes on, you have less and less stars. And I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong. Because I think maybe because I'm getting older, maybe that's the reason why I feel that way. But at the same time, it just feels like, I mean, you have the living legends who are still alive. Plus you have maybe a few new ones. You said, child, now, my girl, I love you down. But here's the thing. Get over that now. Try to get over that now. Because the roller coaster it only goes, I'm not going to say it only goes down. But and I agree. Happy belated, my bad. Girl, I'm up here on my train of thought. But you only get older. You don't go backwards. So you're super fucking young. You have way more time ahead than you do behind. Like, don't even focus on the number. For me, I had my midlife crisis way early on, like when I was, I don't fucking know, 11? Like, I always would cry on my birthday. My mother will tell you. Because I knew. I would be like, girl, okay, I'm 5, but now I'm turning 6. Now, what happens when I turn 10? Do I just go over and turn 11 again? Or do I just keep going on and on and on? So I knew. I was like, and then in my mind, I'm thinking, every time I get older, I have my parents telling me, oh, you too old for that. Oh, you should know better. So I knew. It was like the older you get, the less of yourself you get to be. Because now you're too old. Now you should know better. You should want better. You should want more. Like, society starts to imprint. And I knew that early on. But in terms of the actual age, I wouldn't even put too much focus on that. Because here's the thing. Again, and this is just the reality of the situation. You have people who are in their 50s and 60s who are in better shape than me, no shade. You know what I'm saying? And then you have people who are my age who are a hot-ass mess. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just look at me. I'm trying to get my blood pressure down. I'm only 28. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, the focus should be more on focus on your mind and the shit you're trying to do and who you want to be as an actual person. You know, it's so funny because the other day I was in the mirror. And I had talked to my partner about this, and maybe I'll talk to y'all about it too, but I'll just mention it again. But I was in the mirror, and I had smoked, and I was saying to myself, I'm not gonna be that bitch to be like, oh, what would I tell my younger self if I could go back in time? Because who gives a fuck? Who cares? At the end of the day, you may as well don't go back. Let me tell you why. You may as well don't go back in time, because if you go back in time, you might actually fuck it up. It's like the butterfly effect. So, okay, let's just say you turn into a superstar, and then you go back in time and say, little Beyonce, girl, don't worry about it. You're going to be a huge star. Maybe you going back and saying that is the shit that's going to fuck you up. So maybe it's probably good that you don't have somebody telling you that everything is going to be okay, because maybe if somebody, let's just say if a person who is 50 years old comes back from the future to tell you that everything is going to work out way better than you even dreamed. That means maybe when you're in college, you're going to be thinking, well, that bitch from the future told me I was okay, so I really don't have to study for this exam, because no matter what I do, I'm going to be okay. Well, actually, you're not, because before he came, there was a certain way you handle things. So things have to naturally unfold. And to me, the question is not what would the older person tell the younger person, because you shouldn't really deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You really shouldn't deal with it because you might fuck it up. But what I would be curious to see is if I could bring the younger me to the future and to see if they would, when they look at me, like, let's just say my younger self, are you proud? Like, did I turn out the way you envisioned me to look? I'm not going to tell you what the future has. But just you standing in front of me and you kind of looking at the surroundings, do you feel excited to get to this point? Are you excited for that? Like, are you happy to see, like, oh my God, your hair, like, I love it. I love the bracelets. I love how you are. Like, is this what I'm going to be like? Oh my God, I'm excited. Or is it going to be like, girl, you look a turd. Hell to the damn no. What the fuck? Bitch, the hair, the bracelets, way too much. Like, that to me is more interesting than what could I tell my younger self, bitch. I'm not telling me shit. What I want to know is if I could fly the younger me to the future and not tell her nothing, but just let her see what it looks like. Are you happy? Are you excited? Are you scared? Are you disappointed? Like, that to me is a bigger deal. What would the younger you think of the older person? That to me is more profound than what could you, because obviously if you would obviously have, it's very obvious what you would tell the younger person. Never give up. Believe. Don't do drugs. Like it's very obvious what you would say to the younger person, but it's not obvious what the younger person would think. And you know, kids are honest. So it's not very clear what the younger person would think. Like, what would they think? Or would they be happy with you and the shit you're doing and how you're living and moving and shaking? I think that's a good question. You said, I watched your androgynous video, then Single Ladies and Beyonce. Girl, I'm telling you, Carl, baby, I never really talk about that because at this point, she has stolen from people who are bigger than me. So if it didn't make a difference with them, it ain't gonna make a difference with me, I guess. But it's just in my mind. It's something that I mentally know. And whether or not people believe me or not, I really don't give a fuck because I have eyes and I know that I did it before her. And a lot of girls have taken from me, girl. I see it all the time, but it's okay. I mean, that's the reason why I made the song, Bitch, I'm the Source. Because it's a different thing when, if you are the bitch that is creating things by the grace of God, the universe, the powers that be, you'll always be able to create. But if you are a person who is thieving, you're only as good as your last drop off. So at the time that I actually arrive on a platform to where my voice can be heard, you won't even be relevant because why buy the milk when you can get the goddamn cow for free and then have an unlimited supply? So I'm not going to go through a middle person to hear some shit that this person is creating first. Does that make sense? Like, so at this point, it's not even worth me. I told it to y'all because it's like, it's family and I'm not really pressed about it. But I just know, like I said, when it happened, I was like, here we go again, girl. It's literally my idea. White backdrop, leotard, black leotard. The only thing she did not have is a bang in the jacket, what I have. But it's a black leotard with the bump on the wig. Just like me, with the white backdrop and a black leotard. That's too many of the same shit for it to be like, oh, girl, that was just a coincidence. Girl, no, it wasn't. Because Beyonce got too many people on her team for her to come up with a video where it was just a white backdrop and a black leotard. It's not like they were, oh, well, what can we do? This bitch got unlimited supply. So it's like, if she said, I want to be in a rocket ship and fly away away from my boyfriend who doesn't want to put a ring on it, and while we're in space, girl, it's going to be something like Aaliyah where we were dancing inside the engine of the rocket, and we're going to be like, let his ass know, like, put a ring on it. Put a ring. Like, bitch, you could have came up with anything. Have I seen Girls Trip? I have not seen her yet, but I really do want to see Girls Trip. I really do. You said, are you still looking for a virtual assistant? I don't know if it's a virtual assistant what I'm needing. This is the thing what I'm trying. Oh, you know what? Okay, no, I'll save that for later. I don't know if it's a virtual assistant what I'm needing. Oh, maybe it is. I don't really know. I guess maybe I need to Google exactly what it means to be a virtual assistant. And the only reason why I say that is because with me, I'm too protective with, how do I want to word this? I'm going to say it in the layman because I can't even think of the words what I want. But for me, I've been doing this for so long on my own. It almost feels like weird for me to hand somebody my account and say, okay, so you're going to be logged into my account. You can see all the same shit I can see. And I just have to trust that you're going to do it how I would do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, for me, it's kind of different. It's kind of hard. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. It's hard. So maybe that is what I need though. I mean, if it is, it's just something that I'm going to have to like meditate on and just do it, because I do know for a fact that I do need some additional help, and I'm supposed to be meeting with one of my good Judies. Initially we said later today because her boyfriend does a lot of club promotions, and what I said to him, okay, let me get y'all's opinion real quick on something. You said you saw it with Cameron. What did you see with Cameron? Oh, with the Single Ladies video? Yeah, it's like, but girl, it's, you know, it's it is what it is. It is what it is. And you know, it's kind of frustrating because, like I say, sometimes even though a lot of the girls have said they pay homage to me, like, oh, this is one of my biggest inspirations, blah, blah, blah. That's great up to a point, because after a while, it's like, okay, but fuck, now I'm ready to actually reap the benefits of existing, because everybody else is. It's like everybody else can study and then kind of like take what I'm doing and put a little spin to it and then pop off. But yet, girl, I was doing this long before a multitude of these girls. You've been known about me, but you just continuously want to overlook me. This is crazy to me. Um, but there was so let me ask y'all a quick question. So my homie, his boyfriend does club promotions, right? And I want y'all to give me your opinion on which idea do you think is better. Because there's my idea and then there's his idea. And I'm not saying my idea is better. This is just what in my spirit I think I feel more comfortable with. But maybe I need a second opinion from the girls in Parliament so that I can know whether or not I'm tripping. Okay, so here was my idea. I said to him, well, can we see if we can finesse a way to get Dead to Me, Slate on Arrival playing in the club? Because I want to see the reaction. I want to see what happens when people hear the song. You know, are they like, maybe they don't know it, but they're like, bitch, I'm digging it? Are they like, girl, it's paid? Like, I want to kind of see what the response is going to be. Then, once it pops off, I want to come back around and perform the song, because by then, they'll be excited for me to be there, because they will have already known the song and be like, bitch, he's about to perform my song. That was my idea. His idea was, no, we need to right away get you to perform and host and do promotions through your YouTube so we can get 3 different checks on deck and get you out front of the girls. And for me, I just felt like, although I understand what he's saying, I just felt like, shouldn't I first have the song in rotation before I start trying to perform it? Because to me, what makes it exciting for people, what makes people come to the club to see you is when they know who you are. I mean, I could be wrong about that. Maybe I'm wrong. So maybe his idea really actually is the better one. But in my mind, it's like, let's first get it playing in all of the top gay clubs in Atlanta. Let's get the girls excited about the song. Then let's, perform the song. You think his idea is the better one? Mm-hmm. I feel that you should save the second option for Mother Pat. I was listening to Before the Boom while making... You better come through. I feel like Mother Pat would be lit in the club. Yes. I think it would be good to try. Okay. And let me see, what was the... Then you said Q. I can't wait for Mother Pat video. Girl, let me tell y'all something. Yo, okay, so... The videographer came and we got so much done. We are really like... It's about to happen in maybe like... Even like the next week, girl. We're about to slay this thing. He is so... excited to do it, and we were talking shots. We had all kind of video references up in terms of the aesthetic and some of the angles that we want to do. I just finished purchasing this last little thing, and then once I make my alterations, it's like, girl, this shit is gonna be flowing in the wind. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is, but just know that it's going to be flowing in the goddamn wind. It's going to be lit, it's going to be turned, and it's going to be cut through and through. And the girls are not going to be ready for it, because it's definitely going to be, this is going to be who I wanted to be when I was first starting out with the whole androgynous conversation. This is going to be the look that I was trying to cultivate but didn't have the coin to. So when you see me come through, girl, just know that Mother's snatching wigs, girl, unapologetically. And I will be snatching your wig, putting her on my shelf until I'm ready to utilize her, girl. If I may not even wear this wig, girl, but she's mine, regardless of the fact, girl. Okay, so that's just the whole conversation, girl. Start and finish, girl. Case closed, girl. So unless you have some additional evidence, girl, I've been close to showing y'all the shoes a multitude of times. But girl, I don't want to ruin the surprise, girl. I don't want to ruin the surprise, girl. Because it's going to be turned. It's going to be turned. It's going to be turned. And, yeah, I'm very excited to finally. And I think this may be the one, just because it's going to be so cunt. It might do more than Dead to Me did, although I really loved Dead to Me, and it was that's 100% inspiration, because I mean, I literally wrote and produced the song in the morning, posted it in the evening, a few days later shot a video. The video shoot might have taken an hour to shoot, maybe a little bit more than an hour to shoot. I edited it that same day, and I want to say I posted it that same day, and then released it on my main channel a few days after that. So, legendary Mother Ashley's in the house. Yes. because the news right now has me annoyed. Oh no. What's going on in the news, girl? You got me nervous, girl. You got my heart racing. Something happened that I don't know about. He said, finally, it has happened to me right in front of my face. He said, let me see, I've left your YouTube channel on the computer at the Apple. Oh, wow, that's so sweet. You know what, Ahmad? I love you down. I really do. It's like, y'all. First of all, let me clock myself on something that I said on the table read. And I appreciate y'all too, because I don't think I ever was really going to go to World Star and say, oh my God, this faggot. I was just kind of like thinking out loud, kind of what it would probably have to take for them to even give me a chance. You know what I'm saying? That's not saying that I was literally going to write an email where I'm totally like ripping myself down. You know what I'm saying? It was more like if I wanted to pop it up on World Star, this is the only way they would even open it up and even give it an opportunity is if they thought it was to make fun of me. You know what I'm saying? But there's definitely more than one way to skin a cat. I think I may just go ahead on and, if I do send it to them, I'm going to send it in as myself and say, listen, I'm a new artist. This is what I'm working on. Can you post it on the website? Now, however your fans respond to it is how your fans respond to it. If they decide that they want to, shade me, then they want to shade me, and you can't control that. But I'm not going to go into it shading myself. You know what I'm saying? But I was just thinking out loud when I was saying that. You said, try to get both songs played on radio stations in Atlanta. You know what? You're right, Donald. You're right. There's a lot of politics behind that, but, you know, I've been researching some things. But right now, Mother Pat is... Because here's the thing. I want to shoot something for Mother Pat, and I also want to shoot something for Minutes to Drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I want to just hit people up top of their head, and I want to be relentless. I want to just continuously be hitting you. And no, but you know what, Sheila? You are actually right. I was thinking payola, but I wasn't going to say that, though. But you're right. That's probably what it would take. You should try to get those songs on Spotify. Get coins for those streams. You know what? Here's what's so funny. An LGBT streaming service emailed me maybe the next day. Oh, okay. Maybe the next day after I released. What do you need? Okay. A second. Hold on a second, guys. I'm like, I don't see how you think you're gonna walk and not be in the shot.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
I'm like, I don't see how he think he gonna do that. No problem. Okay. So I lost my train of thought. Oh, you were you able to see her? But yeah, so it's I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I know we were talking about the music. Oh, the streaming service. So I mean that happened maybe a day after I released the video. So it's kinda like but then I was talking to somebody and they were like, but why do you want it to just be on an LGBT streaming service? It's not that I want it to just be there, but I do want it to be on as many eyes as possible. You know what I'm saying? This car ran into protesters who are... Oh my God. Girl. Wow. Now, you know what, Mother Ashley, I did briefly see something like that, maybe on Yahoo or something, but I didn't even click on it because I'm like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, girl, I don't feel like reading any more stupid shit. Girl, let me go ahead on and, see if I can manage to take a quick hit from this motherfucking, roach girl, because I can't with the girls. I can't. I really can't. People are... See, this is what I was talking about on the table read. Was it the table read that I just did when I was like, it's too... Here's my thing. And it's okay if y'all disagree with me on this. It's always okay. But this is what I mean when I say I'm okay with violence. I am. I'm okay with violence when it's necessary. I feel as though this is why I probably was more of a Malcolm X type of civil rights person before I would ever be Martin Luther King, because I'm not about the shits, girl. Like, I'm not gonna sit here like, oh yeah, we're gonna peacefully protest while these motherfuckers are being violent. No, we're gonna start peaceful. I'm all about peaceful up until you bring the pain. If you bring the pain, then I'm gonna bring the pain. To me, I feel like with these girls at the pipeline, they should have been violent. At least then you would have given them a reason to do what they were doing. But for you to be peaceful and they blowing people's arms off and releasing dogs on you, girl, maybe some of y'all should be somewhere sniping these dogs. Maybe some of y'all should be somewhere motherfucking setting Indian goddamn traps for these girls, Miss Thing. That's just how I feel about it. Because to me, it's just crazy that this type of shit is still happening. And I feel like peace is always the first option. But when these girls start carrying, let's just say, because I saw on Yahoo, maybe yesterday or early this morning, some white nationalist rally. And then now you telling me this. So what is that in any way connected? The white nationalists with all their candles in the streets, is that connected? Because see, in my opinion, I'm like, well, fuck her. I would burn her house down. I sure would. That would be me. And and let me be very clear, I'm not saying my way is the right way. I'm just saying that's how I would handle it. Because to me, I'm not really pressed on, oh, when they run us down, we just have to take the high road. When they go low, we go high. Break them off a piece of bread and just know that God is working on it. No, sorry. That, again, I'm not mad at you for being that way, because I think that we need people who are that way. But I'm not one of those girls, and I'm not going to sit here and flex like, oh my God, we shall overcome. Because we won't. We shall overcome. Not as long as she's trying it. We shall overcome someday. Like, girl, as long as this bitch is trying me, I'll be trying her. Like, I am not with the shits, girl. Don't be burning down my event and think I'm not gonna turn around and burn down your event, girl. That's just how I feel about it, girl. That is exactly how I feel about it. Because here's my thing. The white nationalists, even though I'm not really for that movement, girl, I'm not against them having that rally, girl. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Miss Thing, guess what? I don't like it. I'm not showing up. You know what I'm saying? The way for me to drive down the viewership is to not tune in, which is the reason why I didn't even click on that article. I saw it from the thumbnail and then I didn't even click it, which is the reason why I was like, that's why I had to even ask the question, like, is it like a similar, are they connected, those two events? But my point is, at the time that y'all start coming to our events, girl, now we got to make sure we have some girls at your event. Like, because you're trying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying it. And I feel like it's like a bully, girl. When you keep trying to turn over the peaceful route, they're going to keep trying it, girl. You're going to have more and more of that shit happening until they learn that they're not safe too. Like, if we aren't safe, girl, you're not safe. If you can run down our peaceful event where we're just protesting and that is okay, then if we're not safe, you're not safe. That's all. And that will be any group. Like, don't try it, girl. Just don't try it. Let people do what they're going to do. You don't have to like it. Stay the fuck out of their way. Stay out of my way. We don't have to interact if that's how it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? But it just becomes a problem when you start feeling like you have to kill people. Because now, to me, it's not wrong if you get killed. If you killed a person, you don't get no sympathy from me when if I cut on the TV and had learned that somebody had stabbed George Zimmerman, again, it would be just like Osama bin Laden. I wouldn't be dancing like, oh my God, I'm so excited he's dead. But I also wouldn't even miss a beat, girl. I would totally just move. I would click the channel and my life would go on. Because you don't get no sympathy from me when you're a murderer, girl, killing people in cold blood. When you get killed in cold blood, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, girl. So that's what you serve, girl. So you got what you deserve. That's how I feel. I know that may be wrong, but that's really how I feel. And I just feel like the reason I feel that way too is because I know as a person who came up as a black, gay, Muslim child, I know how my life was. And I remember how it turned around is when I stood up for myself. When I first came and when I was trying to reason with these girls and when I was trying to be the nice kid, like, but y'all don't have, even though I was a fighter before I came to Georgia, that's the thing. But my thing was I wasn't used to just fighting for no reason. It had to be a reason. But when these motherfuckers kept picking on me and no matter what, like they were like, oh, can you have some crowns I can use? Yeah, sure, I have some crowns. You have some paper I can borrow? They don't ever give that they can borrow. Don't you hate that dumb shit? Okay, sure, here's some paper. Oh, you know what? I left my lunch money. You got something for me? It didn't matter how nice I was. It didn't matter how peaceful I came about it. I helped you out, but then you still spat in my face. You still kicked me while I was down. So to me, it's like the peaceful way only works when the people you are dealing with are reasonable and when the people you're dealing with are peaceful. Now, the majority of our white brothers and sisters and cousins are reasonable. This particular group is it's just like when they're talking about terrorists. We have domestic terrorists. In the same way how not all Arab people are terrorists, it's the same way how not all white people are bad. But we do have, all terrorists don't look the same, girl. You have white ones too, girl. And when you are going into churches, shooting people up just because they're black, or when you're taking your car and driving it into a group of people because they're black, that is what you call a terrorist, girl. Because you're trying to put fear in the hearts of people who are affiliated. That's terrorism. And all I'm saying is, for those particular girls, we do need to take them out. Like, stop trying to be peaceful when these fuckers are not being peaceful with you. That's all I'm saying. Mother Ashley says, I just heard someone said whites have been discriminated against for decades, girl. But these are the same people who also said racism was dead. Exactly. I just want all races, sexualities to live together peacefully, but I just don't think it will ever happen, unfortunately. You want to know what? And I agree with you. This is the reason why I'm telling you, like, here's what's so crazy, though, Mother Ashley. It could be that way. If we had leadership that was real and not bought and paid for, like all the presidents before, I think there may have been a handful of girls that actually did try to do the right thing. But in general, these girls, if the leadership around the world, so for instance, for Kim Jong-un to risk the lives of his entire nation just to make a point by bombing Guam, that's the reason why the world will never be at peace. The people don't really actually have a problem with each other, but the government will plant different things. The government will make certain things happen to keep people uneasy with each other. I feel like naturally people probably would get along. Because you have to think about it. When you have dogs, Chihuahua, Pug, Great Dane, Saint Bernard, German Shepherd, fucking Greyhound, goddamn Bichon Frise. You know what I mean? Girl, it runs the gamut. But here's my point. Bitch, those motherfuckers all can get along. It don't matter what the breed is. It don't matter what the breed is. But I guarantee if when they were trying to develop those breed, if they trained them right from the start, the people who had the power, the humans, if they bred them, when you see a Chihuahua, kill it. Good girl, and they breed them to do that, then that's when the dog naturally never had a problem with the Chihuahua. You never had a reason. But what it is it's the people at the top that are feeding it to us, and then we are regurgitating it, and we up here thinking we have an issue with our white brothers and sisters, and they up here thinking they have an issue with us, and then the LGBT up here thinking that this community, you know what I'm saying? It's like everybody is up here thinking that we all have a problem, when the real problem is that we're not speaking truth to power. Fuck all of this bullshit about black, white, trans, gay, Muslim, Christian, all this, because that's irrelevant. And they're laughing, girl. They're laughing at you and me. Because they realize that while you up here caring about this girl, what you really don't understand is we just passed the bill. We just blew some girls up. We just fucked you over, girl. We took your 401k. Girl, we took your social security. You won't have shit when you retire. Like, they're fucking us over every corner, but because we fucked up on some shit that don't got nothing, it's not even relevant. It's not going to change nothing. It's not going to really be a real issue. You see what I'm saying? Meaning, girl, we sent that girl there. So it's not like these, and I'm not saying that the white nationalists did not do it, but what I'm saying is it would not surprise me if it was like, okay, girl, look, we'll pay for your family. We know you have a daughter that's dying. She needs medications. We'll give you $200K if you sacrifice yourself and drive into this crowd. Now that sounds crazy as fuck, but girl, so did the Tuskegee experiments when they gave all those girls syphilis and did not cure them, even though they had to cure and all those girls dropped dead. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that sound weird, but it happens. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it would not surprise me if they sent a girl in to do that just so we could be having this conversation we're having right now while some real shit is taking place. It's not like that's something that was really supposed to occur, but just because we needed some attention to be pulled away, we sent a girl in to do that. I'm not saying that's what they did, but it would not surprise me if they did. You know what I'm saying? Because, girl, they don't want us to be unified. You know what I'm saying, Mother Ashley? Like, they don't want us to be like this. Why? Because if we come like this, then we don't need them. Because it's like, okay, wait a minute. So, really, everybody can have what they need if we all just cut this shit and make it reasonable. We can all have a little bit of something. We can send our kids to college and it won't bankrupt them as soon as they get out. Oh, you mean we can actually invest in infrastructure? We can actually invest in cancer and AIDS and Alzheimer research and ALS research. We can actually invest in that instead of our bloated military budget that's eating into over 50% of our discretionary budget. You mean to tell me that we can actually do all that and everyone's okay? Girl, of course they don't want that. They're fucked up. They're evil. Evil. I came at the right time. This mess has me. Yeah, it's just too much is going on. You feel me? It's just too much be going on. Which is the reason why I'm like, I really wish there was a place called Planet Goo. And what if there is? I don't fucking know. But it would be so nice if I could take all my patrons and all of our families and all of our friends. Let's just start brand new. Because, and then when you try to explain to our black brothers and sisters or our white brothers and sisters or this community or that community, when you try to explain to them this, they don't want to hear it. They're like, no, fuck these crackers, fuck these niggers, fuck these trannies, fuck these faggots. It's like they don't want to hear. Like, they don't want to hear that, wait a minute, we can get where we're trying to go, but we got to do it together. Nobody's saying that you have to agree with my lifestyle. Nobody's saying that you have to accept it, but just some common respect can go a long way. And if we could just get to a point where we are respecting one another, then we can actually come together and formulate a real plan. Do you not understand? But instead, no, the Republicans, the Democrats, the this, the that, it's all these things that get in the fucking way, that in the end, the Democrats, the Republicans, they all serve the same girls. They're all beholden to the same girls, Miss Thing. So you could vote Republican and still get the same shit you're going to get out of a Democrat. It's like they're just Republican and Democrat through title. But they're all corrupt in nature. That's what they actually are, girl. They're not politicians. They're corrupt. And so this is what we're dealing with. This is exactly what we're having to deal with. And it's just unfortunate because if people would just listen, then they would understand that we can do this. But the only way is if we do it together. That's the only way. The LGBT alone will not be successful. The black girls alone will not be successful. The white girls alone will not be successful. The Latina, the Arab, the this, the that, the Muslim, the Jews, the this. Nobody will be successful unless we all pull together. That's just the whole. That's just it. That is just it. You said let's go to Planet Goo mentally first before taking. Okay, you know what? Come on, Carl. You said that way. While we're here, we can still... You know what, Carl? Now, did Carl say that or did he say that? He said, now, bitch, how about we buy a first? Not coach. Girl, not... No. First class, girl. Plane ticket to Planet Goo. At which point, we can live that in our minds so that we can be the change we wish to see even here on Earth today. Carl! Can we get an amen in the house? Can we get an amen? Okay, let's continue on. It says, yeah, identity politics can be so divisive. and we end up here. Like, I agree. I agree, Henny. I agree. Mother Ashley says, if the human races make it to a few hundred more years, it might improve. But we might all. You wouldn't know what, Mother Ashley. It's so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me. Here's what's so funny to me. Here's how. Okay, we gonna break this shit down. I done hit this blunt a number of times, girl, so I might get lost in the sauce, but Mother always finds her way back home. Okay, so I was watching something. I can't recall what. I just know it was on Netflix. Maybe I was watching The Crown or something like that. But I'm watching The Crown. And it occurred to me, I said, who decided that her family would be the royal family? What does that even really mean? Does it mean anything? Like, if you were to cut her hand, would her blood be green or pink or something that is different from everybody else to where everyone is bowing to her? You know what I'm saying? Or to him or to whomever. And I started thinking, how, if you go back far enough, first you get to see who led the cavemen, right? So like, who was the pack leader? Then as those people die away and we start developing languages, you get to see people who might not actually be the strongest physically, but mentally they know how to play games and they know how to convince people to actually follow them. So now what we're dealing with is a politician straight out the gate. You're just a politician because you're some kind of way you've captured the hearts and minds of the girls and you're telling us what to do, and now everyone's answering to you. It goes from you being our leader to somehow you becoming our Lord. From that point, you becoming our king. How did you elevate yourself from one of the common people to now hundreds and hundreds of years? Like, here you are, your family still. Like, who are you? Who made it to where you were, to where your family was the one? Who? It's all manipulation. Because the reality is, you're no different from us. But somehow, when we see you, it's like, oh, the queen, the king. Like, what makes her the queen? Just because she was born into a certain fucking family? And what made him the king? What made the first king that we had? How did he become that? How did that happen? Does that make sense what I'm saying, you guys? Am I making sense here? You said no one decided her family has ruled since year. Okay, but no. Someone did decide, Donald, because you said her family ruled since the year 495. Okay, so who was ruling 494? So clearly between 494 to 95, there was no ruler. You see what I'm saying? So you just gave me a date to when they were ruling. So people existed before that date. So how did we get to, on the year 495 did we decide this is the family? There were individual rulers. Okay, but are you seeing what I'm saying, though? What I'm saying is, who is deciding that this person is going to rule everyone? That's what I'm saying. So maybe what you're saying is factual, but it's not actually addressing my question, which is, who decided at that year that you're saying that, okay, King Henry, okay, your family is going to take it from here on out? Who decided that? The people decided that? What made them say, we want you to rule over us? And then not only just that, but then when you get into power, girl, you're chopping people's heads off. You eating like a damn king. We up here, okay, so we have a cantaloupe peel. What do you have, sweetheart? An onion? Okay, now, and what is that, a beet? The fuck we gonna do with that? Can't do shit with no goddamn beets, onions, and goddamn horseradishes. Like, we need some real food up here. But this motherfucker's up here gobbling all the shit down. Look at her pictures, girl, she's bloated. And so, but then if you go to the other paintings of the actual citizen girl, they sit up there looking hella haggard. Like Thinner. Miss Thing and Thinner, when she got to the end, when she was all haggard, girl, you said maybe the people decided, maybe they trusted them at first or feared them. Okay, so we can work with that premise. But then my question becomes, you know what it is, Mother Ashley? I guess no matter how you draw the cake or cut the cake, I guess ultimately we're all animalistic. Because in a lion pride, you have the male leader. That's like an animalistic thing. To where the other animals want to follow someone. So what you're saying is perhaps maybe back in the day, they trusted them enough to have maybe decided that I want to follow this person. Something about him makes me believe that he can do this in the beginning. Or perhaps they figured, oh, he's strong or he's tough or whatever, so I'm afraid of him, but I'd rather be on his good side rather than his bad side, so I'll pledge allegiance. That type of thing. Okay, I can see that. We can work with that. Let me scroll on down. Just like a pack of wolves. Okay, so let me see what Ahmad said. He said, I would love to buy an island and make it an independent country. I'll say that was you. You said, I'm the king and the queen. Honey, mother superior, darling. I'm here. I've arrived. Girl, where's my crown? Where's my cape? No, I'm kidding. Let me see. It says, yeah, just like that pack of wolves come through my... You know what I think? I feel like I wouldn't mind buying an island and then not so much... I don't know if I would make it into me being a king and queen, but I would like to move a bunch of people there, and then we have our own little maybe we start with a few $1 million, and then some kind of way we can broker deals with all these different places, and we can have people who are creative, who can design, and we can have like businesses that thrive and actually have produce and stuff like that. Yeah, okay, so maybe then maybe we'll charge that one to the game and say that it's just the animalistic fear or fight or flight. Like, who do you want on your team in a fight? Him or him? Okay, I see what you're saying. Kind of like those city building games. I don't understand. What's kind of like the city building games? Oh, you mean like when you have your own little city and you kind of build it up? Although in those games they be trying it, because it's like when I'm playing the SimCity, it's like, girl, even when I'm doing perfect, they always find a way to fuck me up. Oh, this road is congested. Girl, I don't know how many avenues I can add. You know what I'm saying? It's like after a point, girl, they just have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I put up a school. Oh, well, but the teachers aren't getting paid enough. I increased their pay. Oh, well, you know what? Now what about the firefighters? It's like, girl, y'all have to allow the city to grow some more before we start increasing these budgets. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but I think in real life it wouldn't be that way. I think as long as you're fair in real life, you'll get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, if I was a business owner and I paid my employees a fair wage, health insurance, benefits, vacation days, sick days, and I treated them with honor and respect, don't you think those people would be happy? Don't you think those people would want to come to work? So it's like, in real life, people are not going to be like, oh, even though you treat us well, girl, by now we should be making $40 an hour, girl. We only making $35. Like, they're not going to be, if you treating them well, girl, they're not going to be coming at you sideways like that. Unlike SimCity, where even when you do the right thing, girl, they still come for your wig regardless. You said, did you see the memes of Trisha on Big Brother UK? I didn't, but I saw a thumbnail of her on YouTube talking about Trisha Paytas has a meltdown. Girl, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I mean when I say I'm not pressed to be famous. And it's no shade to Trisha. But girl, Trisha, you are doing... It feels like she be doing anything just to keep her name in the press and to keep her name in the spotlight. And to me, I just kind of feel like I be wanting my name to move so that I can have the influence I need to really do what I want to do for the world in terms of my grocery store, my insurance ideas, etc., and a number of other things that I really want to do. But at the same time, I don't want to have to clown myself or make myself look a turd in order to do so. That's the only thing about it. You said she is mad pressed for attention. Yeah, it's not surprising. And it's unfortunate because, you said, hold on, every time I hear about her, she has a meltdown. I hate to say it, but she does define the, sure, I can see that. It's like you said it's like games like Civilization, which I want to play peacefully, but someone's always trying to invade and although, you know what, that girl, I may have to play that because that sounds like some shit I might want to play. No tea. Where do I find her? Where do I buy her? Is she like something that I can get off like on an app like League of Legends, or is she? I have to buy her from Best Buy. You said, but if you actually watch her video, she's low-key so relatable. But you want to know what, Ahmad? I actually met her and had dinner with her in real life. And the thing about it for me with her is I feel like well, there's a number of things. I'm not going to go into the full scope of the tea, girl. But I feel like with her, the shit that worked for her is always by mistake. Meaning, I think the first thing is getting attention onto her video, number one. But then if she happens to be relatable in the process, I don't think she was doing that on purpose. I'm not saying that that's a problem. I'm just saying, to me, I don't want to feel like I have to degrade myself or make myself look foolish in order to show that I'm relatable. Because there are other people who have those same storylines that she has that don't carry the way she carries. Like, I just feel like, to me, she just does the most to me. And that's not even how she is in real life, at least not when I was around her. So it's like, it just be kind of like blowing me, because it's like, girl, are you really, okay? Because she be on the ground like, okay, you guys, I'm here again. I never thought that this would happen to me 30 times. But, life, it's like, girl, Trisha, okay, all right. Here we go again with another soap opera. You want to know what, Ahmad? Here's my thing. We have all been there. So you are 100% correct on that. But the difference is, like you said, we've all been there. She lives there. There's a difference. We went on vacation. She resides. So it's like, it's a little bit different, because every video she come up with, every time they recommend it to me, is boogers flying out her nose, mascara running down her face, weave is tattered and undone. Like, she need to balance it out. Give us some of the, maybe it would make more sense to me, Ahmad, if she give me some variety. Don't just be having boogers coming out your nose every episode. Give me one episode where we get to see, like, yeah, I'm making some move, y'all. Here's what I'm trying to do. Boom, boom, pow. But her stuff is always so salacious. It's always so like, oh, yeah, let me tell you this one man's dick that I sucked. He was famous. Philip Seymour Hoffman. I mean, as you already were figuring it anyway, so I may as well just come through and give you that batch of tea. I did suck his dick once. And it was so girthy. And now we're actually dating. So I'm very happy to say that we're dating. Next video. I mean, everything was going so well. I don't know. Bitch, the reason why he dumped you is because you don't know how to keep your mouth shut. Up here saying what this nigga like, how he want his dick sucked. All this additional tea. I mean, and when nobody even thinking Philip Seymour Hoffman. You know what I'm saying? But now all of a sudden she up here crying. It's like, girl, you are setting yourself up. Oh, you know what, Ahmad? Let me stop, because I know you just had surgery, but still, you get what I'm saying? It's like, girl, for real? Okay. And here's the thing, I like her because I've met her before, even though she carries the girl. I'm not going to spill her tea, because she does carry. But the point is, I like her. I think she actually is a nice person. No tea. But she just be doing too much for me. She's somebody who, if we were like close friends, because we're not close friends at all. If we were close friends, I would have to take her in doses. Like, if I was going out to the mall and somebody be like, oh, you want me to call Trisha? Girl, no, girl, I hung out with her last month. Like, we got another month to go. Like, once a month. Once every 2 months, bitch. I can't. And what kills me is she's beautiful. Talking about her self-esteem, she's beautiful. In my opinion, at least. I think she's a pretty girl. Personally. But she carries. Multiple bags and carry-ons. Then get mad when the stewardess is asking her to check her bags in and collect that fee that it comes with, girl. Trisha, girl. Let me see. You said she needs self-esteem once a month. Yeah, girl, once a month, girl. It gotta be once a month. It has to be once a month. Okay, let's go back to the blogs. Let's see what the blogs have for us. See, I don't care about this. I don't care about this meet me, cash me outside, girl. I don't care about her. And it looked like they got her with some breast implants, girl. I can't, girl. If she do got breast implants, that means one of her parents had to approve it. Which means if you approved breast implants for your 14-year-old daughter, girl, they should take your child away. Because your priorities clearly are not in the right place. Okay, it says, growing up fast. No, who cares? People are hating on new pics of Gabrielle Union. They say she's starting to look old. First of all, people need to stop calling people old because we're all going to be old if we live long enough, girl. And you're not going to want people calling you old, girl. The only time I will mention somebody's age is if they're acting inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Oriah, how are you doing, my love? You doing okay? But yeah, yeah. People, let me even see. Do she really look old? Let me just see. Bitch, and she look good. What do y'all mean? I always did think that Gabrielle Union looked like she could be Monique's daughter, though. No shade. I ain't never heard nobody say it. To me, it's a shock that I ain't never heard nobody say that. But Monique looked like she could be Gabrielle Union's mother to me. It wouldn't surprise me if that actually was the low-key truth. Like, underneath, like years after the fact when Gabrielle is like 80 years old and they do a E! True Hollywood story or whatever is popping at the time. And then we discovered that Monique had her maybe when she was like younger, like maybe 14, real early on. And then some kind of way she went up for adoption and boom, we find that out later on. Like, girl, I would gag, bitch. I would gag because I knew all along, girl. I saw the resemblance right from the beginning. I mean, I know I'm not crazy, girl. Just Google it. Just Google it and tell me that can't be her mama. But she really looked good. And I don't know. I hate when people be like, oh, girl, she look old. She look old. First of all, bitch, she's not going to look like she's 21 forever, girl. Okay? And then, how old are you? Girl, I mean, if Gabrielle look old, you probably look ancient, girl. Because at least with Gabrielle, she got all the money to keep her treatments up, girl, her edges, everything be on point. But whoever is behind the keyboard typing, I be thinking, well, girl, let's see your avatar, girl. Let's see what you serve. Because you serve me very much so one bundle. Girl, if that, girl, one bag. Girl, a bundle was giving her too much. A bundle was serving her way too much, girl. Because, girl, you're not going to come off that type of coin for a bundle. She'll do it for a Milky Way bag. She'll do it for a bag of Milky Way. For a bag of yak. You know what I'm saying? But she up here talking about Gabrielle like, oh, girl, be killing me. Strumming my pain with this finger. Singing my life with the words. Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly with his song. Telling my whole life with his song. Killing me softly. With this song. Pause. All right. You said y'all remember that side-eye Phylicia Rashad gave Gabrielle when they both did that interview? Girl, no tea. I saw that. Ashley. Mama, I saw that. Now, I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but Phylicia is overall legendary mother girl. Because I feel like Cecily Tyson and Phylicia are like a whole different category of grace. And I feel like Phylicia is like, girl, I'm not here to deal with this shit. And I feel like people like to give it to Aretha, but I would give it to Phylicia because Phylicia to me is not shady, but she does not play. I feel like Phylicia strike me as, I'm not going to play with you, girl. I'm going to treat you right. I'm going to be fair, but I will take my shoe off and swat your ass. Like, Phylicia does not play. And she's so beautiful. Her and Debbie Allen. I love Debbie Allen. I love Debbie Allen. You said, do you think beats are worth the coin? I want to get them, but 400 though? Girl. You know what? What you trying to get the full-on headphones? Because here's my thing. I would pay that much money for headphones if I was going to be using them for work. $400 for headphones is, to me, a bit overpriced for the average user. Hey, Persian, how you doing, my love? It's a bit much for the average user. Meaning, let's just say you're not doing any music, any editing, nothing to where you would need to have really nice headphones like that. You can get you a good pair for, I mean, on the higher end, maybe $100. You know what I'm saying? But to me, to be paying for $100 and you ain't even really needing, like, you can get the same thing for less. The wireless ones, oh, those are cute though. You said she side-eyed her because Gabrielle said she used to do dirty shit just to get a role. Ooh, like sabotaging other actresses. What? No, I don't remember that part. That must have been one. Cause you know how Oprah. I hate Oprah. She loved to put one episode of something on her YouTube, but to have it split up into like 30 different segments. And then each segment got a commercial that you can't even skip out of. And the goddamn commercial be longer than the actual clip you came to see. Girl! Oprah, see, bitch, this is why I can't take you, hoe. Because you always trying to get a coin. Even though you're a billionaire, you still trying to get coins up off your YouTube, girl. Like, and then you gotta send these commercials we can't even too much watch. But then every commercial I get, bitch, 9 times out of 10 you can skip it, girl. So they gonna give Oprah a mandatory coin that you can't even skip out of. But when it comes to a bitch that actually can use the coin, they decide to give you an option. Girl, shade. The shade from top to bottom, girl. Upside down, womp. Girl, you turn me inside out, round and round. You said, yes, Gabrielle was kind of terrible as a young actress, according to what she said. Well, at least she's admitting it, which means she clearly, unless I have changed, I wouldn't admit something like that publicly unless I was a different person. So maybe by her saying that really means that she's a different woman now. You know what I'm saying? But let me continue reading. She would mess up other actresses just so she would have a chance at a role. Felicia was not feeling that. Yeah, and rightfully so, because I mean, just as a human, I mean, come on, just give a person a fair chance. If they want you above her, then fine. But if they like her better, then it wasn't in the cards for you just then. And that's okay because you're talented, so you're going to make it. But you don't have to fuck her over just to get the role, girl. So, yeah, Felicia had a right to shade her in that particular moment. But I think maybe she changed herself. He said, did you fully beat your face or did you just put the lip? Oh, thank you, my love. I did put on, I gave you a little bit of rouge and just the smallest amount of foundation. Just to kind of make it, to give you a little bit of Hollywood glam for today. I just feel like serving you guys some additional condiments off to the side. You said my beats broke one. Wait, what? You said they were, that's what you're saying. They were wireless, but I like to dance and they flew. Ooh. Did you get them insured? You say yes, Persian. Ayanla don't fit. Yeah, Ayanla, girl. Iyanla, girl. Come through, Kenny. What's poppin', my love? How you doing? Girl, you said it's almost 2. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, listen, my love. Thank you so much for stopping in. I truly appreciate it. Mwah. I would give you the full on, but girl, you know I don't want to fuck these lips up. Although, the thing about lipstick and stuff like that, and I don't know how women do it, it feels like when you put the lipstick on, you don't be wanting to lick your lips because you don't want to lick off the product. But then it feels like if you don't lick your lips, you start getting all those little pieces. So I'm wondering if the little pieces, what I'm taking, is that the reason why women are always reapplying so that they can get those pieces and then put the new lipstick over top? Because to me, it just seemed like a lot. In my everyday life, I couldn't see myself doing lipstick every day because now I wouldn't even want to, but let's just say I did. It just seems like it would be so much work to keep it looking nice and crisp the entire day. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I was working in a call center and I was on a call and I'm like, in the middle of my call, I got to reapply my lip. You know what I'm saying? Like, so ma'am, this package comes with, one moment, please. Please keep holding. Boop. Get my compact out. Just to make sure I'm on point, let me get my Snapchat. Hey guys, in the office working, earning these coins, have a girl on hold. But how's this lip look, girl? She's serving, girl. What's the glow of serving? Post onto her story. Hello, ma'am. Yeah, so the package comes with, I mean, are you serious? Come on. You said I paid it and moved on. I could have. Oh, you talking about for the headphones? Mm-hmm. Mattress. are good for... Wait, matches are good for what? You said, Q, would you ever do a get ready with me video for your main channel? Maybe. Is that something you think people would want to see? See, that's what's so interesting. It's like, in my mind, I can see how somebody would be interested in stuff like, oh, get ready with Rihanna. Get ready with... I don't fucking know. Even Jessica Simpson, I don't fucking know. But it's like, would someone want to get ready with me? Like, girl, it's gonna be the same shit you do. Wake up, wash your face, brush your teeth, one foot in the jeans at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, for me, the only way I would want to do it is if I would kiki with y'all as I was getting ready. You know what I'm saying? But otherwise, it would just be the same routine everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? You said, you look good, Q. I can't believe your partner said you would look like... Right, you know what? I think that was just, to be honest, I think that was him kind of being, I don't want to say the word scared. I don't think that's the right word, but it was different for him. Let me just put it like that. I think people are sometimes afraid of what they don't know. And when I started to describe to him kind of what I was wanting to not really start, because I've already done it, but more or less go back to and see if I can cultivate it. I think it just made him nervous because, when we met, he met me a certain way. And then when I started talking about these ideas, it was just new. So I think in the beginning, he was probably more or less just kind of like having to come around to the idea and process what I was actually saying. But but now he's perfectly fine. when the videographer, who is his friend, came over to the house the other day, he was the one who was like, oh yeah, the shoes, they look great. He has this, almost described the damn shoe. Anyway, he was telling, and then I brought the shoes down. He was so now he's definitely on board with kind of the direction that we're going in. You know what I'm saying? But it is for me. It's one of those things where it can be difficult, but then I have to understand that things that come naturally for me and that I'm used to is not everybody else's experience. So it really was a learning experience for the both of us, because it was me kind of feeling like, girl, I need you to be on the same page with me, and him kind of feeling like, okay, well, give me some time to process this new thing that's happening. You know what I mean? So anyway, let me get to Ahmad. He says, do you believe in black magic? I have a gross cousin that does it back in the Middle East, and it actually works. You want to know what? I'm going to tell you something, Ahmad. I'm going to say something, and this is going to sound like a contradiction, but then I'm going to try to explain it. I believe in everything and nothing. Now, what do I mean by that? My mind is open to everything. I don't claim to know, so I have theories, but I don't claim to know, as a matter of fact, how things work. But I believe that anything has the potential to be true. At the same time, the things that I have experienced, that I already was open to, now that certain things that I have experienced, in my mind, it's like, okay, so it's confirmed. But before I confirm it, it's just a theory. And it's like, okay, I also understand that if it's just a theory, it could be this and more, or it could be nothing. I mean, maybe there is no magic. Maybe there is nothing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there is nothing after this. Who knows? So it's like my mind is open to all the possibilities. I think when you factor in the probability of things being true or not true, interestingly enough, for me, when I rationalize, is it possible that there could be a such thing as magic? The probability of that being true, for me, is high. Because, in my opinion, as advanced as we are, there's still so much that we don't know. There's still so much that we can't access. At least on a general level. Because you have people like Ahmad's cousin who maybe have tapped into this underworld to where they can actually operate outside of physics as we know it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my mind is open to all the possibilities. It says, I would love to see you do a get ready with me where you tell life updates during the video. Okay, well maybe I'll look into that. That's something that I will consider. You look like you could pass as female without Trump. You want to know what? I will say this. Anytime I've done drag or even the androgynous look, people have come up to me like, girl, which is crazy to me, really, because they'll say to me, girl, oh my God, you should do this full time. You should turn, girl, you should do this. Being trans is more than just a look though, girl. So it doesn't matter if I started taking hormones and my face became more feminine, and then I got, it's not just about whether or not I can pass. It's how do I feel on the inside. So for me, I mean, I take it as a compliment because I think that's how people mean for it to come across. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, thank you. I mean, I assume they're saying that because they feel like, oh, girl, you're serving us. Because, okay, I'll give you an example. When we went for Halloween, myself and a few Judies of mine, I had on a Grecian, I think I posted this on Instagram, actually. I had on, this white Grecian outfit. I had on, maybe some type of headband or something and some bracelets. And the guy said, oh, this one is Aphrodite. She must be Aphrodite because she's so pretty. This must be Aphrodite. And girl, and he said, she's giving me the face, you're serving me the body. So this is Aphrodite, and I think maybe he called him Hercules or Poseidon, but the point is, it's like, in my mind, it's for me, I just from time to time, just serving you guys a beat. And this was literally just, I tell you, I literally just took a few little drops of foundation. It's a very light coverage. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Very light coverage. Took the little blush and just said, boop, boop. Put a little lip on. Put a little bit of mascara on these lashes, girl. I didn't feel like, I was going to put on some falsies for y'all, but I said, girl, I've gotten way better with my false lashes because I put them on for Dead on Arrival. I put them on for that. But, girl, I had to practice and practice and practice. I had a bunch of fake lashes. I said, girl, if I'm going to serve this, I need to serve it right. And I need this lash to look like she is sprouting directly out of my eyelash. And, girl, she need to look realistic. And so, I'm getting better, girl. Practice makes perfect. Yes, Persian. Y'all, here's the thing. We're going to come through. We're going to come through. I feel like it's our time. It's our time. And I can't wait until I get to meet you all, too. That's another thing. I really can't wait to meet you all. Like, when we do the camp, the first thing I want to do as I'm seeing you all is I just want to give you a hug and a kiss and just say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Before we even begin any of this whole thing what we're about to do, I just want to first say thank you. And thank you for being here. Like, it's going to be crazy for me to see all of you in person. And to really, kiki and cackle. And for those of you who partake, drink and smoke, play video games, movie night in person. This shit is about to be so goddamn lit. I really look forward to it. No shade. Would you do you said, Q, would you do a second main channel video for this month? No, I plan to, for sure. You said before the festivities. Okay. Well, it looks like there's 24 people here, so that means that there clearly isn't a limit, right? That makes me happy. Oh, it's going to be so much fucking fun. I realize that we have a delay because you guys be responding a little bit. You know why we probably have the delay? Because I'm in my bedroom right now. That's probably why we have the delay. But listen, you guys, I'm going to get ready to wrap this episode up. You want me to say press 1? Well, let's just see before we go. If you're with me and there's no delay, press 1. Let's see. Okay, oh. Well, girl, excuse me, girl. Excuse the hell out of me. The girl said, I'm sorry, girl. The internet connection is just fine. Girl, we're with you, girl. We are with you, girl. But see, what it is we be so in tune that what it is, probably, I'm just guessing here. But it's like we be so in tune to the point to where y'all probably be waiting for me to finish my thoughts so y'all can go in on whatever it is that we're talking about. Which I guess makes sense instead of just typing it. Instead of typing the whole thing while I'm kind of just talking. Because then by the time I get to it, the comment may be gone. You know what I'm saying? Let me scroll down. Well, some of the girls did kind of get a little delayed. There are some girls that did get slightly delayed. I think. Or maybe they didn't. Girl, but that's perfectly fine. I will say that I really do like this new platform for sure. I think I really like this new platform. It's giving us all the best elements. I feel like it's serving us Google Google Hangout, and it's giving us YouNow in terms of seating. So I really do appreciate the fact that Patreon partnered with Crowdcast to bring us a scenario to where we can actually accommodate the children and also make it to where any and everybody can't just attend the show. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to have movie night one of these days, whenever you're free. I love No Tea. We're gonna have one soon, Mother Ashley. No shade. I feel like I don't even know what was going on. I think once I finished Dead on Arrival or Slade on Arrival, I want to say from that point I wanted to get the music video done. So I think, and then once I finished it, I was so tapped out that kind of wiped me out, because it happened really quick, but it was a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely do want to do a movie night. Maybe we can do one. What's today's Saturday? Maybe we could do one Sunday. I mean, maybe we can do one Sunday. But if not Sunday, definitely Monday. So it'll definitely happen between Sunday and Monday. Let's shoot for Sunday. But if it doesn't, for whatever reason, work out Sunday, let's push for definitely Monday. Because I want to say my partner, he's off tomorrow. So yeah, that might be a challenge. I like to typically work when it's just me in the house so that I don't have any interruptions, kind of like how we did earlier. But I try to, but that doesn't always work out the way I want it to. But no, definitely Sunday or Monday for sure. The question is, do we want something funny, something scary? I kind of feel like, do we want something scary? I'm trying to think what we want to do. Let me see. What are you going to serve us on Patreon next week? And I hope you got my email with the. Okay, well, I'm gonna look when this broadcast is over. Could you talk to us about the new song? Okay. Something scary. Okay, so we got two scaries. Mother Ashley said scary. Okay, cool. So we'll do something scary. No problem. What about the new song? Give me something specific you want to know about. I have no problem. You know, I love talking about music shit. It's like one of my favorite things to talk about. Because, you know, it's always that thing where it's like, where you really just get, well, really all of it. I love talking to y'all about anything just because it's just fun doing it, but especially when we're talking about, like, trying to make this shit pop off, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it's through the music. You said, what inspired Minister Drink? That's a good question. So, what the song was inspired by, this is not something that I've actually gone through, but I built a storyline in my head. And I said, what must it feel like? What would a person who has had a shitty day and just needs to have a drink? It could be anything. It could be you just had a fight with your boss, or maybe you didn't get the promotion, or you had a fight with your partner, or whatever the case may be, and you've gone to your favorite bar, and all you want to do is have a drink in peace, and you just want to just be there and exist and just clear your mind, and there's this fucking bugaboo. Now, you are already having a shitty day, but now there's this bugaboo with no fucking game who thinks he's some Casanova but has no style or finesse, trying to holler at you and is not understanding no. Like, I'm good, thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, thank you. And it's like, fuck, in a minute I'm gonna need another fucking drink. God damn, can you like back so I can have a moment to myself? Like, I'm trying to be nice about it, but you're not understanding nice. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the song escalates. It escalates. Candlelit was inspired. It was in a similar situation where in my mind I was just thinking in the beginning of a relationship. Now, so with Candlelit, it's a little bit, well, no, it's not different. It's just two layers to it. It's in the beginning of a relationship, and then it's also a situation to where the person needs to prove, not needs to, but it's like, let me just give it to you in a movie format so it'll make more sense. Because when I did that song, it was more like a movie to me, right? So I'm looking at it like this. Let's just say you're a lawyer and you're dealing with this person who is like, you never make the time for me. You never, whatever the case may be. And then when it opens up, it's like, I've got dinner waiting. I'm making this house into a home. So it's like, I know. So it's basically their way of saying, I know maybe that I haven't been as present as I could be and doing all the things that maybe attracted you to me, but I'm working on it. So come on through and get this porterhouse steak, girl. Tonight's about you. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you hold me down, I'm going to continue to hold you down, and I'm going to work to show it to you. Candlelit dinner, girl. I'm trying right here. Like, you see what I'm saying? So I like to, some songs are based off of my life. Some songs are just based off of me building a movie in my mind. Like, what would it be like to be in this scenario? Or what would it be, what would a person have to do to win this person back? Or, you know what I'm saying? I hope you dang, that's a throwback. I have to get the lyrics in my head. I hope you. Oh, well shit. That song is simple. I mean, it's just a standard like, bitch, I love you and you're hurting me. And I hope you see that. Like, do you not see that I'm ride or die and I'm the one person you consistently fuck over? Like, and then it's like, but the problem is, as fucked up a person as that individual is, you can't get away. Like, you want them to realize so that they can change and so that you can feel good about staying. The problem is you're going to stay either way. You see what I'm saying? You're going to stay either way. So you're hoping that they realize so that you can feel good about staying, because either way you're going to stay, but the question is, are you going to be there in torment or in bliss? Does that make sense? Oh my God. Well, I appreciate that, Oriah. I really do. Let me get the lyrics in my head for My Little Fucking House. You know what? My Little Fucking House is similar in terms of the storyline, because as I'm singing it in my head, it's the same thing. Although in this case, though, the perspective that I'm singing from, because at that point I had never even been in a relationship. It was just me thinking about you're in love. The relationship isn't working, but you'd rather live in a house of lies than to just go your separate ways and find somebody who might actually make you happy. So the other person did the right thing for them, but now the other person is tormented because it's like when you left, all my shit fell apart. Because even though we were unhappy, girl, we were together. At least we were together. So it's like, for me, I try to like think of like a perspective or something that I've either seen in other people. Because as I was actually describing that actually sounds a lot like my story with my mom. Not between us, but like between my dad and my mom, rather. You know what I'm saying? I love my father, but the way he left was a little shitty. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, at that point, he did the best that he could, and he thought that was the right thing to do. So that he had to do it how he had to do it. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, it's kind of that, although my mom obviously got over it, but the point is, when it first happened, it was very hurtful. Although I was happy because which is so interesting, because when I hear people talk about, oh, the kids are devastated because the parents are getting divorced, I can't even relate with that. Because for me, I wasn't devastated. The devastation was not that my parents got divorced. The devastation is when they lived together under the same roof, because they loved each other, but they did not like each other. And so for me, when they broke up, I feel like my mom was not going to leave my dad, so it took my dad leaving for it to be them being apart. But I felt that it was the best thing for us overall, because my parents loved each other, but they did not get along. And as the child in the middle of that, you love both of your parents, and it just becomes hard because they're arguing, they're fighting, and all you want is peace. And when they're away from each other, then they can actually be peaceful. So, I mean, I understand that it's hard for some people, but for me as a kid, I was like, girl, oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus washed my sins away. Oh, happy day. Girl, oh, you better come through, Kenny, with oh my God. Motto, you're wild. Now, see, here's an exclusive. So with my intro on the main channel, at the end, the T is me. I got that for my throwback, Model Your Walk. Towards the end of the song, with the breakdown where it's like, dun, the T is me. Ow! So, I don't know if anybody caught that, because nobody ever said it in the comments, but I'm like, I wonder if anybody knows that song to know that I put that part of the song, or I recited that part of the song in the intro to my main channel, to that particular song. I am gonna release the whole song. I sure am. At some point, you know what I'm saying? Because I have a lot of music. There's another song that I'm working on that I may have out in a few days. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the thing about that individual who we had the whole disagreement with and who has since been banned and so forth and so on, that inspired me. I mean, I haven't gotten this much music done in God only knows how long. And so I'm just trying to milk it for as long as I can. Because, bitch, like right now I'm in total inspiration mode. Music is just coming out of every orifice. I'm creating it. I'm doing mixtapes. I'm doing totally new songs. Like, Persian, I think maybe you asked me that question either in a comment or via email. And I thought to myself, that's different. Maybe. You never know. You really never know. So, I wouldn't be against it. Not at all. Sure wouldn't. Let me see if they have anything else on these blogs real quick before I sashay up off of here. Let's see if there's anything else good that we can clock. I am so mad about these girls driving into these things. Like I said, when I say I believe in violence, just to clarify, I'm not saying that should be the first option. But I do believe in self-defense. And I do believe in people having to answer for what they've done. And if the police are not going to, or if the court system is not going to do it, then to me it's like, okay, whatever. In particular when it's a case when it's very obvious. Some cases, it's a little bit of a gray area, but in general, Okay, it says, good God, Blac Chyna is photoed wearing some short shorts, and it looks like her shorts are ready to explode. Her body is too much for the denim material. See, this is what kills me with her. It's like, why do y'all keep covering her and her fake body? That's not impressive. I feel like anybody with some money can get their butt done, and this look a turd. And it looked like she photoshopped it because it was looking crazy. Girl, this look a mess. This look a whole mess. And, girl, okay. I mean, it's her body. She can do with it as she chooses, but it just look a turd. And to me, it's kind of like Miss Chyna. It's not really her fault. It's the blogs. What I'm saying is, for the blogs, to me, I'm more impressed when they post women who are stacked, who are naturally stacked. I'm not saying that it's wrong to get filled and surged, because it's not. You can do with your body, again, whatever you want. But I just feel like, what about giving the women who work for their body some of the glory, girl? Who go to the gym and who actually put some work into her body and did just get some fat sucked out of her stomach so that she could pump it into her ass. You gonna hand her the award, but the bitch that's actually hustling to stay in shape, she don't get no accolades. They love to like prop somebody up that just from top to bottom is just filled and surged. But I mean, if your surge is legendary, then I'm not mad at it. Because Marilyn Monroe was surged, and girl, she looks sickening. But girl, Blac Chyna done got it surged to the point to near implosion. Because her butt cheek look. Let's just say somebody snatched her purse, and she was trying to struggle for her purse, but they ended up getting the better of her and took her purse. And when they snatched it, she went flying backwards. Seemed to me when she landed, her ass would explode. It looked like a water balloon. Like, too much pressure will make it explode. So if she fell backwards onto the concrete, I feel like it would not be a pretty sight. It looked like her skin is barely holding on, cause she had them pump it too doggone much, way too much. Girl, I don't know. But like I said, people can do whatever they want. I mean, and maybe if she wore something that wasn't looking like this, because I just feel like it looks extra diapery. Like, it makes me, if you just make the denim white, it look a whole diaper. It look a diaper. It look like a diaper that got some mess in it. It looked like she just relieved herself straight into her diaper. And they got all them little, like, nooks and crannies up in there. And, I mean, this one don't look... Let me see. Hold on. No, but see, what she need to do is do some... If she just pump out her thigh a little bit more, it might be okay if she could pump out that thigh. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure out Miss Jackson. Miss Janet? Wait a minute. You mean like her nose job? Or what about Miss Janet? Did she get a new procedure done? I'm telling you, like, Sierra got some work done too, but hers look real good. Like, I feel like Sierra stopped at a good point. You know what I'm saying? Sierra, Jennifer Aniston, Angelina Jolie, Halle Berry, Ashley Simpson. Ooh, girl, I had the nerve. I almost said Dolly Parton. Ooh, Jane Fonda is who I was thinking about, girl. But, girl, I almost tried my life and said Dolly Parton. Girl, she does not look natural on this planet or the next, girl. This lifetime or the next. I love her down. God bless her. But, girl, if she looked natural, girl, I was trying to think of somebody else who looked at her. Then Lil' Kim also looked natural. All these girls look natural, if that's the case. And at least, and you know what, Ashley, I agree. At least she knows it. Because Dolly was saying a second, girl, I love my 30-pound wigs, girl. So fuck anybody who doesn't. Because at the end of the day, girl, my 30-pound wigs have existed before you were even born. So you can't counsel me on my wig. You can counsel these other girls, but you cannot come for me because, girl, I've been living with these wigs over top of my head since before you were even an idea, girl. So you had better fall up off of me. I feel like Dolly is the only one who I will let through. You said she was cute. Girl, she was gorgeous when she was younger. She didn't need those surgeries, but hey, she's still sweet. I felt like Dolly Parton. Okay, let me tell you. Dolly Parton, Anna Nicole Smith, Marilyn Monroe. I can't think of anybody else, but to me, those are like the three prettiest white women to me. Like, when they were younger, in their prime, all three of them in their prime are like the three prettiest white women to me. I feel like their whole look and face, their whole aura was like just sex. Gorgeous, glam. Because Anna Nicole, when she was first coming out, was slaying the girls. Yes, she was. You know what? Here's the thing. I love Elizabeth Taylor. I love her down. And I think she's beautiful, but she's beautiful in a different kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about, like, and you know what? It could just be a matter of opinion, too, so you may still feel this way, which is perfectly fine. But for me, I'm talking about, like, a bitch that when you see her, it's, like, strikingly, like, from the face to the body. Who did I say? I said, and Dolly Parton. Yeah, because Dolly had big titties. Like, I feel like Dolly Parton, back in the day, from her sweetness, she was giving you a Southern belle, but at the same time, she was also giving you those dimples, bitch, with them full lips, bitch, those big old breasts. Like, girl, Dolly used to come through and snatch. The reason why her wigs were so big is because she would snatch a bitch wig off and just pile it on top of her own wig. Then later, when she got back to Tennessee, then she would have her stylist dye it blonde, and then it just became a part of her collection. I guarantee you now that I'm thinking out loud, the reason why her wig is just every season it gets bigger and bigger and bigger is because it's a collection of all the girls that she has had to scalp since her arrival on the scene. Like, that's the reason why her wig is so goddamn big. Exactly the reason why. You said Lily Ghalichi. Oh, you know what? Yeah, Lily is another one. She's another one. To me, she's not strikingly beautiful. Because to me, I feel like she's a little too thin for me. But here's the thing, it's her body, so she can run it how she want to run it. I'm just giving my own opinion. Because I never want to come across like she need to do it, or I'm trying to suggest what she needs to do. But I'm just saying, for me, what would have appealed to me more is if, give me that same aesthetic, like all the hair, all how you, because 30-pound wigs are very hard to pull off. Lily Ghalichi did pull off her 30-pound wig She did, but at the same time, because she was so thin, even though it looked good, I be thinking, ooh, but her neck, ooh, that neck. I mean, the wig on its own got to be at least 30 pounds. Lily Galici's neck is like this big. I mean, I could put my whole hand around her neck and close it like this, but here's the thing about it. But the 30-pound wig was 30 pound. It was a 30-pound wig right from the gate without the gel, the hairpins, the hairspray, the teasing. Like, once you factor in all what the wig is, then it kind of takes on. Now we're talking about her health, girl, the longevity of her life, like, which is more important, the wig, or although Dolly Parton with these 60-pound titties she got, because you know her breasts got to be at least 30 pounds a jug, so that's 60 pounds total, and she is not a spring chicken. So by now her breasts have got to be working on that back, have got to be working on the back. She do need a breast reduction, but I will say, or I'm not gonna say she needs one, but I feel like she might end up needing one. I will say that her body is snatched. If you ever see Dolly Parton on TV, look, girl, get into her body. Isn't she like in her 70s, bitch, coming out here with them legs just as good as they want to look? And then she come out with her high heels. Like, by now, you would think she would be wearing flats, girl. But, girl, she said, girl, fuck you. Where are my Louboutin? Because, you know, she is from Tennessee, girl. Let's be realistic. But the point is... no, I'm kidding. I still feel love. But the point is, Dolly is still coming up here with a corset on. Ribs all in bondage. 30-pound wig, 60-pound breasts, 5'2", 50 pounds. Like, look, Dolly's breasts weigh more than her body weigh. She don't be playing with y'all. She's like, girl, well, guess what? I can look however I want. It's my body. That's why I respect her. It's because, at least with Dolly, she don't play games with girls. She don't play. Like these other girls. Like, people like, although I like Lil' Kim, I feel like, so bitch, we really gonna sit here and pretend that you didn't get all this work done? You gonna sit up here and pretend you don't look a hot mess? At least with Dolly, she acknowledges it so we can laugh and move on and actually get back to her music. Oh, you like it, Adonis? You like it? I'm glad you like it, my love. I'm glad you like it. But yeah, I feel like if Lil' Kim would be like, yeah, you know what? Girl, I'll be wearing these 30-pound wigs, girl, but that's just my personality, and girl, you know I love me some plastic surgery, girl. I just got to find the right surgeon, girl. You know, it's hard. Getting a good surgeon is like getting a good pair of shoes, girl. You got to shop around. Like, trust me, I would know. Like, I feel like if she keyed about it like that, everybody would laugh and move on. You said Tina's on the verge of looking kind of... I agree. No. She is, Ashley. She is. She need to lay up on that early facelift. Do it like Jane did it. Tina, you don't need another. You got about 10 years before you need a new one. Do it how Jane did it. Instead of you getting this facelift, what you need is a gym instructor so that you can just work on your body. Your face is perfectly fine. Just work on keeping those muscles nice and oiled up because you don't want them to liquefy. Work on those muscles. Work on just stay fit. But she done got like 2 back-to-back facelifts. It's like, okay, Beyonce girl, I'm gonna need for you to cut Mama Tina off because Mama Tina is gonna be Bride of Frankenstein in 5 seconds, bitch. So I think you need to cut off her Amex because this bitch clearly don't have no self-restraint because by the time you get back off your next world tour, bitch, she gonna be looking like Zsa Zsa Gabor. Okay, so you cut off her card. Oh, Queen Latifah is gorgeous, honey. I live for Queen. Queen is beautiful. Queen Latifah is beautiful to me. I agree. Her whole aura, it's like, I like her whole vibe, her smile, her whole thing is beautiful. You said, I think, oh, Jada Pinkett, You know what, Ashley? I've gotten used to it, but everybody knows that Jada done got something pumped into her cheeks. But here's the thing, though. Jada, you can always reverse it. Just get a little bit sucked out. I'm not telling you to get the whole thing sucked out, but can we just get a little bit sucked out, girl? I mean, at the end, she's going to do what she wants, but I agree. Jada done pumped a little bit too much into them cheeks, girl, and it got her looking like she is consistently having an allergic reaction. Like, Jada, what, you was allergic to the crawfish? No, why would I be allergic to the crawfish? Girl, you look swollen. Girl, that's my face. So it's like, you can't even, in Hollywood, you can't even ask people, like, you know how they say, oh, never ask a bitch if she's pregnant because you never know, she might just be fat. I feel like in Los Angeles, don't ever ask nobody about their face. Oh, girl, are you having an allergic reaction, girl? Because they first of all, they can't even make a face because of all the Botox, so they're just going to be staring at you like, you know, today was my doctor's appointment. I got my Botox done today, girl. You know I can't make expressions from this thing. You see what I'm saying? You said Queen serves me protective big sister in the best way. I agree, Carl. I could totally see that. If someone told me that's how they met her and or they knew her and that's how she is, I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that at all. I sure would not. Because she does strike me as the type to just tell you like it is, but with love. Like, she seems like a big teddy bear. You said people want to serve... Oh, I'm so done with you. You said they want to serve Jigsaw from Saw. Okay. Some of the girls do end up looking like Jigsaw, girl. Let's just be realistic. They do end up looking like Jigsaw, some of them. But... I just don't know, girls. I just don't know. Because... Caitlyn went in there, but you know what? Here's the thing with Caitlyn. It's a good thing that she ended up being trans on the low. Because as a man, those surgeries that she was getting did not work. Because she looked like Mickey Rourke. But by the time she decided she was going to be trans, or once she decided to own who she was and come out the closet and said, girl, I'm Miss Kate, call me Caitlyn. And they were able to beat her face and cover up some of those incisions and girl, put some lashes. Girl, you don't have no lashes. Like, we had to glue it onto the skin. Like, paint in her eyebrows, girl. Put some concealer on here to make these cheekbones look, youthful. Put some blush on the apple of her cheek. Or maybe we got to put it on her jawline, girl. Because, her cheek done fell off her face. And why I'm reading Caitlyn is because this bitch be trying it. And I knew. That's why I never gave Caitlyn her 10s right from the beginning, ever. I said, girl, y'all gonna gag in 5 seconds, girl. Just wait on it, girl. Cause see, she's a Kardashian, Miss Thing, or at least she wants to be. She's a Kardashian, and so trust and believe. If she were being for real, she'd be like, listen, this is my experience, and now I'm gonna document the first year of my transition. If that was gonna be the case. Have some of the legendary trans girls on there too. Don't just have girls that you think are uglier than you so that you can look cute in the group of ugly girls. Like, she is so insecure. Have Amaya Scott on there, girl. Put Gigi up on there, girl. Put Laverne. Put Janet Mock. She would have all these ugly girls up on there just so that she could like flex out and floss on these girls up on this tour bus. But I'm like, girl, bitch, anybody will look good next to her. Like, girl, but how about stand next to Amaya Scott and let's see if you still serve Vanity Fair, girl. Because I feel like if we stick her next to Amaya Scott, girl, she'll be a National Enquirer, girl. She's not serving me Vogue. She's not serving me Jet, Beauty of the Week, girl. You're serving me. What's that magazine they have in Kroger? With the special effects, girl. You look a turd. And that's just the bottom line. And if she and just like I read the cisgender women we were just reading, Miss Kim and some of the other girls, I can come for Caitlyn, girl, because Caitlyn looks a turd, and we all know she looks a turd. And if we want to pretend she don't look a turd, that would just be us being politically correct. But girl, you know good goddamn well, every time she roll out her hair, she don't put no effort into her hair. She show up to the theater with her dress that she got from Ross, but it's like, girl, okay, the first thing about being a woman that you need to learn with regards to your fashions is learn your body type, girl. You didn't know how to dress as a man, and clearly, you still don't know how to dress. You come out here, you got this dress, you don't have no hips, girl, so maybe you need something that's going to cinch this waistline. You know what I'm saying? Cinch in this waistline a wee bit. Girl, like, she show up and she just be looking tough from the floor each and every time. You need to go to Gigi stylist, because the girl who be styling Gigi, when she show up to the red carpets, I think maybe I saw one outfit from her when I recently went to her Instagram and was scrolling down. I think maybe I saw one outfit from her red carpet that I said, girl, you tried it. Maybe one. But then the rest of them was giving me very glamour, girl. How come when Kate show up, the only time I saw Caitlyn show up to the event that I liked was when she showed up to the one event and she had a cream colored dress on. And it was like some type of sporting event. But she had a cream colored gown. Okay, they had curled her hair. They had beat her face. Girl, but when she be her own face and step out to the paparazzi, girl, she served me very much so. New YouTube channel, makeup guru, like day one. Girl, hey, my name is Caitlyn, and you know, I'm really not a real makeup artist, girl, but let's just kind of learn together. Bitch, she trying to put her lashes on, but don't know how to blend. You know what I'm saying? So you could clearly see where her lash start and where the other lash was attached. Then she didn't know her shades. So while she up here trying to train you and do a tutorial on how to get the look, bitch, don't nobody want the look. Because I ain't trying to walk out the house 4 shades lighter than my actual skin. Okay? So that's number one, bitch. And what you need to learn is the color you may be in the winter is going to be a different color in the summer, girl. And you can't continue to do tutorials with the same makeup that you had in the winter. You don't understand. It's like you don't understand. You said now she has MAC. You said now she has makeup in MAC. But what, girl? But why? Aren't there other women who been serving you glam way more than her, who still don't have no makeup with you? But you gonna put Caitlyn on? But see, that was just them trying to be politically correct. Like, oh my God. Because right now, first it was gays and gay marriage and gays in the military. Now it's the trans girls. So they're just trying to they were just trying to capitalize off of Caitlyn. But what they did not realize is that Caitlyn was a rogue agent. So even though she is a trans woman, she is not even a part of your agenda. So you give her this big platform to say, vote for Trump, girl. Vote for Trump, click. Before y'all cut her mic off. That's all you did was serve her a platform, girl. That's all you gave her. Meanwhile, she running people off the road. Girl, she sat up here with her Trump trucker hat on, and then she got the nerve. Well, I actually was not, girl. That was the only hat. Girl, stop lying. See, I can't even take you, Caitlyn, because you're lying again. You're lying again, girl. You know good and damn well you had more hats than just that, Miss Thing. You did not have, that was not the only hat. And if it was the only hat, girl, you could have threw a scarf on there like Shirley and Laverne, okay, and punks. But instead, she wanted to, loud and proud, she was like, hello, girls, I'm still trying to make America great alongside Trump, girl. I'm still here. And I mean, here's my thing. If that's how she feels, I can respect that. I may not agree, but I can respect it. But girl, own it. Just like Kathy Griffin. Own it. If the girls chop you, let them chop you, but girl, own it. Yes, I did it. I'm an artist at the time. This was my artistic expression. I'm not saying I really want him dead. I'm just saying with him as the president, we are dead as a country. Like, to me, I would have respected her more if she would have just owned it and said, this is what I'm doing. Whether I agreed with her or did not, I could respect her just being true to her conviction. But at the same time, it's like, Miss Caitlyn, oh no, girl, I'm not for Trump. This was just the only hat that I needed and my hair wasn't done. I was on my way to the beautician. First of all, I know you're lying. If you were on your way to the beautician, you would not be driving in a convertible, you dumb fucking bitch. What would be the point of you getting your weave done just so you could hop right back into your convertible and get your hair blown all over the goddamn place? Girl, you be lying. See what I'm saying? Caitlyn was never for the people, girl. You said, I feel like I am the only one that thought Kathy Griffin picture was hilarious. I was on the floor here's my thing. I didn't find it funny, but I also didn't find it to be particularly offensive. I don't know what I felt about it, to be honest, because it's so irrelevant to me that I don't even remember how it affected me truly. But at the same time, here's what I will say. Regardless of whether people thought it was funny, regardless of whether they thought it was offensive, right or wrong, as an artist, when you created it, you believed in it. Now, unless you genuinely feel like you did something wrong, that's the one caveat. If you really feel like you did something wrong, then you can turn around and say, you want to know what, you guys? I realized somebody came, just like what happened to me when the girl came to me and was very respectful and said, let me tell you why I think you should take the video down. And when she gave me her whole argument, and it was very respectful and very articulate, I said, you know what? Okay, she's making a good point. I'm not saying you have to always be, oh, they just ended my show. Girl, what? It went well, girl, up until you ended my show. Girl, what happened? The feds are watching. They just ended the motherfucking show. Uh-huh. All right. Well, I don't think there's a time limit. I don't know. Maybe you reach at Kate. Someone said Kate is watching. Person said Kate is watching. Girl. No, I didn't press anything. I sure didn't. It's all good. I'm going to just go ahead on and sign out and post this episode for the children. So you'll still get my sign out, girl. The people of Planet Gear are trying to reach you. You never know. But that being said, the girls over on Crowdcast, for whatever reason, girl, we got disconnected. Girl, I don't know if the feds are watching. Hillary. Girl, I have a number of girls that I've snatched. Their wigs and their lace fronts and their hair pieces. But so I don't know who could potentially be coming for me, but somebody came for me. They did end the show. So we're going to wrap this show up. I love you all down. To the girls who made it to the show and who are still here typing. I love these girls. You already know the drill, girl. V.S. the Blangelite Galisson, the best will always come through. And as always, until next time, baby. That's all.